13 etiquette rules in the US that surprise tourists. Really interested to see what we got with this video. Before we do get into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's jump straight into this and check this out.
So our parents teach us to be polite, but what you learned as a kid doesn't always apply when you're in another part of the world.
True.
So if you're heading to the US anytime soon, I've got some tips for you on what we Americans consider the rules of etiquette, and some stuff that's totally okay in the US that other countries might consider rude.
Right.
Let's start off with my favorite, food etiquette. Number 1. Feel free to ask for some condiments.
Wait, what?
If you're eating out and your food is tasting a little bland, it's completely fine to ask for salt, pepper, or sauces.
Wait, can't you ask for salt, pepper, or sauces anywhere in the world?
To add a little zing to your meal. I know some places in Europe see it as an insult to the chef.
Really?
If you start adding a little spice of your own. But don't—
Wait. What countries in Europe, bro? Because I've been to a few countries in Europe, right? And I've always asked for salt and pepper. Always, bro.
Don't worry about that in the US. Nobody's going to be offended or give you weird looks if you ask the waiter for a bottle of ketchup. Even if you're at someone—
Wait, so even if you ask for sauce, bro, like if I want barbecue, mayonnaise, ketchup, bro, like in some parts of Europe, they're going to be giving you the eye. They're going to be like, what? Yeah, okay, UK is like America with this, bro. You can ask whatever you want.
If you ask the waiter for a bottle of ketchup, even if you're at someone's house visiting, they won't see it as a jab to their culinary skills either. Some just like it spicier than others.
True. Yo, that'd be weird if the chefs got weirded out by that, though. Oh, yeah, always tip. True. I need to remember this. Because in the UK, it's not normal to tip.
Okay, well, maybe not always, but it's a rare occurrence if you don't tip your waiter, hairdresser, cab driver, and so on. And only if the service was really awful.
Right.
But even then, a lot of Americans feel guilty about not leaving any tip.
Oh, really?
The rule is—
Wait. So if you go to a place and they're super rude to you and terrible service, some people might still tip?
Is 15 to 20% of the bill. So get ready to do some mental math each time you eat out. I've heard that tipping isn't a thing in some countries, especially in East Asia, where restaurant staff always provide good service no matter what.
Oh, that's— wait.
But
you know, in the UK, right, we don't tip, but maybe we should, because the staff aren't always amazing in UK restaurants, bro. So maybe they'll be better if we tip.
In the US, it's simply a sign of gratitude that your waiter did a good job, even though they're probably tired, their feet hurt, and they've got a bunch of other tables to tend to.
Yeah, I've seen that service.
Number 3,
they're good.
Clean up after yourself at fast food restaurants. Of course, if you're going to the States, I imagine a lot of your eating out will be done in fast food joints.
Okay.
You'll see a lot more of those than your traditional sit and be served by a waiter types of places.
Oh, they're on about fast food places specifically and not restaurants. So like at restaurants, there's no way in the UK to really clean up after yourself. The waiters will do that, right? The service people. Fast food, yeah, you gotta take your stuff out. Even though I've seen in loads of fast food places, they will leave it, bro. They'll leave it. But, like, people in the UK don't think that's— they're just rude people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Take your bag and just put it in the bin on the way out. Chilling.
But anyways, if you're finished eating and your tray is now full of wrappers, used napkins, and empty boxes, take it to the trash can and dispose of the garbage yourself. Most fast food places don't have a separate cleaning staff for that. It's pretty much always the cashier that needs to find time between ringing people up to go clean up the dining area.
Hey, why you in fast food places? Clean up after yourselves, man.
So we try to help them out a bit and clean up after ourselves. Number 4. Open gifts immediately in front of the giver. Now, I was pretty surprised when I found out that opening a gift as soon as you get it is considered bad manners in certain parts of the world.
Nah. In the UK, bro, you know what? Sometimes that's happened to me. Like, I've gave a gift and they haven't opened it, and I'm like, well, that sucks. Because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the best part of giving gifts and why it's so fun to give a gift is to see their, like, reaction and see them opening it, bro. Like imagine Christmas when you gave everyone gifts and you don't see them open it. Right? Well, next Christmas, I ain't gonna get that many gifts, bro. I want to see people open it.
I guess some cultures see it as kind of greedy when you start tearing into a present right away.
Oh, I'm
in the
straight
US,
in there.
It's pretty much the opposite. Open it as soon as you get it, right in front of the giver.
Yep.
That way, they can see your reaction and you can thank them right there on the spot. There are also no rules about using both hands or a certain hand when giving or receiving a gift.
Oh, I'm going
Just
straight in.
grab it and open it already.
Yeah. I'm diving straight in there.
Number 5. Be ready for small talk.
Right, okay.
How about that game last night? Whew.
Yeah, I got to get used to this. When I go to America, I got to prepare myself. Because in the UK, there ain't much small talk at all, bro. Like, especially with strangers, there's not much. Strangers don't really speak to strangers in the UK.
When's this weather gonna let up already? Yes, Americans love small talk. So don't be surprised if a stranger just starts chatting with you while you're waiting in line or sharing an elevator. It could be sports, the weather, traffic, anything just to have a short, light conversation.
Yeah, over here, someone random starts talking to you, alarm bells is going off. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I'm in the elevator, it's just me and some random guy, and he starts saying some random stuff, I'll be like, yo, you want my wallet or my phone? What you want, bro?
I can't really say why we like talking to people we don't even know. But, I mean, if you're sharing a space with someone, are you just going to totally ignore their presence? That'd be awkward. Oh, yeah, and you'll get asked how you're doing a lot, even by—
Oh, yeah, no, over here is never awkward. Like, I've been many times, like, in a confined space with some stranger, and just not one word is spoken. Would that be weird for you guys in America? But yeah, many times, let's say in an elevator, me and one person is in the elevator, not one word is said. I don't feel no awkward tension. I know they don't either. So like, yeah. For you guys that's in America though, that might be a bit weird. Very weird for you lot.
By strangers. It's usually waiters and cashiers that'll greet you with a, "Hi, how are you today?"
Right, okay.
Just answer with "Fine, and you?" Even if you're not exactly having a fantastic day. Number 6. Expect a lot of smiles.
That's good.
First of all,
I like that.
Let me bust the myth that Americans constantly walk around smiling ear to ear. Nobody does that, because that'd be weird.
But smiling at each other.
But again, if you're sharing a space and making small talk with a stranger, or maybe someone opens or holds the door for you, they'll smile at you.
Alright, so one of you guys said in a previous video when I seen this before, it's equivalent to a UK person giving the head nod. So I don't know if you heard about that, but like when you're passing by someone, I've done it loads. You just like slightly like just nod your head at them. They'll nod their head back. We don't really like smile. Some people might, but yeah. Well, I ain't gonna expect my granny to go around head nodding. So it depends on the person, you know what I'm saying? But in my situation, it's a head nod.
And it's polite if you do the same. Cashiers and waiters also greet you with a big friendly smile. I read somewhere that this goes back to our early history as a country, built by people who all spoke different languages.
Okay.
They didn't understand each other all that well, so they just smiled. But I still think we just like to be open and kind.
Right.
Number 7. Respect the bubble. Now, here's a pretty funny thing about Americans. We're friendly, we love to chat, but we also really like our personal bubble.
Oh.
The unspoken rule is to stand about an arm's length away when you're talking with someone. We're also not too big on touching during conversation, because this can be misconstrued as a way of flirting.
Oh, really?
Of course, the rule doesn't apply with close friends and family, but still, even then, most Americans aren't too touchy-feely.
Alright, so that's a lot different in the UK. A lot of differences though. So like, in the UK, you ain't really got a personal bubble, I ain't gonna lie. a lot of situations, everyone's on top of each other. So like, someone could be really in your face talking to you. You know what I mean? Because it might not have any room to go. But yeah, like, yeah, you ain't really got a bubble. I've had people like scrape shoulders with me. They're queuing behind me and they're like pretty much like giving me a cuddle from behind. So yeah, Yeah, very different over here. Very, very different. And touching when talking, I feel like in a lot of situations, touch might happen. Like on the shoulder and stuff like that. I don't know. There's definitely been a situation where that definitely has happened, and I don't think people really think anything. They definitely don't think it's flirt. I don't know. Interesting, though.
Number 8. And definitely no kissing.
You can't kiss?
I know in countries like Spain and France, people often greet each other with a peck or two on the cheek.
Okay, we don't do that.
There might be some Americans who greet the European way, but overall, we don't kiss each other as a way to say hi.
Yeah, we don't.
Again, my personal bubble is my sanctuary, so don't come in it with puckered lips ablazing.
Right. Yeah. What if they got like disgusting lips, bro? Or stinky ass breath? This is coming mwah mwah. Nah, get away from me, man.
It's best to just say hi, smile, and keep it at that.
Don't want to dirty ass lips on me.
Number 9. Being loud is usually okay.
Bro, I love being
The stereotype of the loud American tourist might ring true most of the time.
I don't get people that complain that like Americans are loud, bro. Loud just means that like you're confident within yourself, you know what I mean? Like you don't mind expressing yourself, right? I like that. And a lot of you guys say to me that I'm loud, right? So, I don't know. I feel like I am louder than the usual Brit. So don't use me as an example for like other British people, because a lot of British people are quiet. So yeah, but then British people definitely, there is a lot of British people that can be loud as well. So
since we tend to project our voices, even out in public.
I'm loud
it's
in
not
public
that we're
as
yelling
well.
all the time, but I'd say we certainly speak louder than people in Europe or Asia.
Right.
I've gotten some friendly reminder to take it down a few decibels when visiting my friends abroad. But hey, if you're ever in the States, feel free to laugh out loud or get particularly animated while telling a joke.
Oh,
but of course, there's a time and place for that. You still have to hush down in places like libraries.
Sure.
Shh. Number 10. Indirectness is politeness. So here's the thing about Americans. A direct, no, I don't want or like that is seen as pretty rude.
Right,
but
okay.
if an American gives you a polite, no thanks, I'd rather not, or I don't think that's the best idea,
right,
it doesn't mean that they're on the fence about it. No means no, even if it's said indirectly and super politely. It's frowned upon to try and convince someone to do something or change their mind because it's seen as pushy and disrespectful to their wishes.
Oh, that happens all the time in the UK, bro. So, like, in America, you don't really want to, like, try and convince someone otherwise of a no. Bro, the amount of times I've said no to people in the UK and they would just not leave me alone with trying to, like, persuade me to, like, go out or do something or do this, right? That's just normal.
11.
Over here.
Sit in the back seat of a cab. Now, this is something interesting I found out about Australia and New Zealand. There, it's considered rude to take the back seat of a cab because it's almost like you're showing that you expect to be chauffeured by someone who's lower than you.
Okay.
Well, don't worry about that in the US. In fact, you should ride in the back seat because the driver might give you a weird look otherwise.
Right.
It's not an
in the UK, it's happened in different situations. Obviously, if all the seats at the back are filled up, you're going to sit in the front. Like, I've been in front of many, many, many cabs. But, like, sometimes I've even seen just, like, one person go into a cab, or we call it taxi, and they go in the front as well, right? So it just depends, really. It depends how, like, you know, loud and confident the person is. The more confident the person is in the UK, they'll go in the front and just have a chit-chat with the taxi driver.
An elitist thing, and you can still make friendly small talk from the back. Just respect the driver's personal bubble.
Right.
That's all.
I've been in front of many cabs.
Number 12. Feel free to keep your shoes on inside.
Okay.
I had a friend from Russia recently ask me, why is it that in all American movies, people are walking around their house with their shoes on?
I do that.
And I just told him straight up, because that's what we do. Now, there are plenty of families here that don't have a no shoes indoors policy, although I'd say the majority don't. So here's a good rule of etiquette to live by if you ever visit an American's home. When you walk in, Ask if you should take your shoes off at the door.
That's what I do. So if I go into a house I've never been into before, like if I know the rule of shoes or no shoes, I'll ask, right? And if they're like, oh yeah, can you take your shoes off? Then whenever I go back there, I'll take my shoes off. But yeah, in a lot of situations in the UK, you can have your shoes on. Unless they're really dirty, of course. If your shoes are really dirty, take them off, right? You don't want to dirty up the house, but yeah.
If they say, nah, you're okay, don't feel bad about walking around their house in your shoes.
Right.
I know it seems bizarre to most people around the world, but it's A-okay here.
Yeah, UK's 50-50.
13. It's okay to keep it casual. Overall, I'd say the biggest thing about Americans is that most of us are pretty casual and laid back.
Okay.
If you're ever out and about in the U.S., you'll see a lot of people running errands in sweatpants, gym shorts, baseball caps, and even their PJs. But it's not just about clothes either. We often keep it on a first-name basis, even with people that are generally referred to more formally in other countries. For example, most of the time your boss is just Jim or Janet, not Mr. or Mrs. Jones. You might start off more formally.
Wait, where in situations do you call your boss Mr. or Mrs.? Wait, what?
But I guarantee you that person will say right off the bat, hey, call me Jim. Now, what would be weird is if their name isn't Jim. Maybe it's Howard or Benny. Then what you say is, hey, call me a cab. So, are any of these...
what? Wait.
Is if their name isn't Jim. Maybe it's Howard or Benny.
Okay.
Then what you say is, hey, call me a cab.
Sure.
So, are any of these Americanisms different or the same in your country?
Yeah. I feel like the UK and America, we're kind of similar in a lot of ways, but we're definitely different in some ways as well. But yeah, very interesting video. Let me know some of the things that you guys can think of that you think tourists should definitely do or not do in America, especially since I'm going to be going to America as well, so I really need to know. But yeah, great video, enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.